So Sam Vazquez is up next, and you know, I've got a list of accolades, and I think I could make it really short and just say he's an Olympian. That's it. Nah. Like there are no former Marines, you're once a Marine, always a Marine. There's no former Olympians. When you're an Olympian, you carry that with you forever, and so proud of him. So Sam transferred here from Arkansas, grew up in Palm Coast, and came here after one season there. So 3 seasons competing for Embry-Riddle. He was an all-conference honoree every year, finished first or second at the conference championship. All-conference recognition between track and cross-country 7 times, a 6-time All-American, and the first individual national championship in our track and field program's history in March 2011 in the 1,000 meters. Easily one of the most decorated cross-country and track athletes all time at Embry-Riddle. Went on to do great things, and like I said, competed in the 2012 London Olympics. So that was in the 1,500 meters. He graduated with a business degree, and again, that was a great accomplishment for him because you know, Sam, when Sam came out of high school and went to Arkansas, I think you know, he'll be the first to admit maybe didn't make the greatest choices academically, but when he got here, he got refocused and he got after it in the classroom, and he got after it on the track, and he got after it in cross country, and he set his sights on some great goals, and he accomplished those goals, graduating from Embry-Riddle and ultimately going to the Olympics in 2012. So it's my pleasure to let you watch the video of Sam Vazquez, and then we'll hear from his coach, Peter Hopfe.
I can see the darkness in me and it's quite amazing. Life and death is no mystery and I want to taste it. Step aside of my mind and you'll find curiosity, animosity, high philosophy, I can prophesize meditation. Reminisce on my wonder years and I wonder, sentiments of my words.
I have had the opportunity to know Sam for the last several years now. He is not only an amazing athlete, but an outstanding role model to his own family and the Embry-Riddle community. Sam has outstanding accomplishments, such as national records and being a participant in the 2012 London Olympics. I have no doubt in my mind that Sam is a truly inspiration to every one of us.
You that I love, you that I like. Look at my life and tell me I fight. It's that final destination. It's that fancy information. It's that fancy.
Sam Vazquez, or Sammy V as we refer to him, arguably the most talented athlete that's ever come through the Embry-Riddle track and field program. Sam had great ability and great talent, but that is only a part of what he contributed to our program. Sam obviously excelled on the track, but it's what he did for his teammates that really elevated our program to a new level. Sam brought a maturity to our team that helped everyone else on the team get better.
Hello. Sam, I consider it a great privilege to announce you. To truly understand why Sam is so deserving of this award, I'd like to give you some of Sam's high school background. Once I give it to you, you'll see the powerful influence that Embry-Riddle University has on developing young athletes. At Embry-Riddle, Sam researched and accomplished amazing things. We go way back. So first met Sam at a New Smyrna road race in winter of 2000. Don't worry, Sam, I won't tell the story. Soon after, during his sophomore year, Sam transferred to Flagler Palm Coast High School, where I was coaching. As a member of our team, he provided me with his goals. Sam, like every other high school runner, was going to go to the Olympics. And of course, I would say, yeah, sure, Sam, you're going to go to the Olympics. During Sam's junior year, he adjusted to our training and was starting to make a name for himself. I'll give you some of his high school stats. Junior year state meet, he ran 3 events, 4x800, 1,600 meters, 800 meters. He won the 800, he won the 1,600. His 1,600 meter time was the fastest time ever by a Floridian. His senior year was even better. Again, at the state meet, he ran the 3 events, the 4x8, 1,600, and 800. Defended his championship titles in the 800 and the 1,600. His 800 time was the fastest time ever run in the 3A state meet. At this time, his 3 performances of the day were the fastest ever recorded by any high school athlete ever. So what was next for Sam? He was invited to the national high schools where they assembled the fastest high school mile field ever. Can you show the video? In this race, there's like 6 future professional runners. The guy in the back is Lozano. Lozano was a silver medalist in 2012 London Olympics. The guy in the red and the black on the outside is Chris Slinsky. Chris Slinsky set the American record in the 10,000 meters. First non-African to break 27 minutes for the 10K. This is the quality of the field. If you don't recognize, Sam is in white and green, and he is third from last. Second from last. And you might be last there. Chris Slinsky in second has never lost in high school. Sam's time was 4:03 in a mile. He passed the 1,600 meters in 4:01. It was a new state record that still stands today. That's back in 2003. Sam found his calling. He was the best at it. He also had an unbelievable support system, a family that recognized his gift and sacrificed everything to give him the best opportunities, a community that filled the stands to watch the champion race. He was their hero. His teammates treated him as one of them, yet pushed him to be the best. All this made Sam the best high school runner in the country. In 2003, Sam was named Track and Field News High School Miler of the Year. This attention attracted colleges all across the United States. Sam decided on the University of Arkansas, which at the time was the best distance running program in the country. Side note, Embry-Riddle hadn't started theirs yet. Sam went to Arkansas. What Sam found was a great program, but it wasn't the same support that he had in high school. It didn't work for him. Sam returned to Flagler County after 1 year. Sam gave up on his running and a degree. He was back to a community that poured so much into him. He came back to them after failing to make that next step. Sam, the greatest hope U.S. had for medaling for the 1,500 meters in the Olympics, was now working at menial jobs. As a coach, I was frustrated to see him wasting his ability away. During those down years, Sam still had the ability to make lemonade out of sour lemons. Those were the years that he found his wife, Flo. The support that Sam lost from his high school years was more than made up what he found in Flo. So, 4 years after Sam left Arkansas, he walked into the classrooms at Embry-Riddle. He quickly found out that the academics were a little more challenging than the University of Arkansas. He also started running again. However, he was in the worst shape I've ever seen him. That first year for Sam was rough. Coach Rosalino and I recognized that Sam was struggling, and we decided to back off on his running and help support him academically as much as possible. By his sophomore year, he had things down academically. By Sam's senior year, he had finally reached the fitness level that he was back in high school and set every single middle distance record Embry-Riddle had. He topped it off by becoming Embry-Riddle's first male national champion in the track for the indoor 1,000. However, I would say Sam's biggest accomplishment was graduating from Embry-Riddle with a grade point average of 3.0. Upon graduating, Flo found a job with United Airlines in Chicago, and Sam continued to train. Training in the winters of Chicago shows commitment and discipline. During this time, Sam started to wean himself from my coaching. He became his own coach. At first, I'll admit this was hard on me, but eventually I became proud of what Sam was doing. He would often talk about training, and I realized how knowledgeable he had become and what a good coach he had found in himself. Sam continued to race, and within a year of graduating from Embry-Riddle, Sam accomplished the goal that he set out 12 years prior. He qualified for London Olympics 1,500 meters. Obviously, I am very proud of all Sam's championships, but I'm most proud of Sam because he reached the top of the mountain his senior year in high school, only to fall below the bottom. Yet Sam picked himself up, climbed back to the top, and was not satisfied. He looked for a higher peak and he climbed it. So for me, it is my highest honor to introduce Embry-Riddle Track's team's first Hall of Famer, Sam Vazquez.
Wow. That was a little long, I believe, right? I can't believe we watched the whole video. It's I've seen it a million times. It's embarrassing now. I want to thank everybody who was involved with this. It's a really high honor. I'm a bit nervous now watching everybody. You guys are so funny, and I have nothing funny to say. So, like he said, I grew up really in Deltona, Florida, if anybody knows where that is. It's not like the best place for people to succeed. I went to Pine Ridge High School, and they didn't really care too much for academics. And so for my parents to see that and sacrifice everything just for me to move to another high school, to possibly have a chance, no guarantee, I mean, that's something crazy to think about, that you guys would do it just for me. And I have a sister, and so incredibly grateful. And high school running was awesome. I mean, I learned a lot from Hotfie. You saw the video. I was the man in 2002, 2003, and I really loved it. But one thing Hotfie told me is to be humble, and so my competitors loved to race against me. They knew that they were going to lose, but they would come to me and say, "I'm glad I'm racing against you." And so that's kind of like my persona with everybody. And And I love that, and I'm still kind of that person today. If you would walk by me and you wouldn't know I'm an Olympian or great at running or anything like that, because I'm just kind of easygoing guy. So I want to thank Hafi for doing that and teaching me everything. Arkansas was a great experience. I mean, those guys are pros. You could think North Carolina basketball, I mean, this is comparable to that. All of my teammates were Olympians. They're all pros now. And to be involved in that, it's crazy. You guys don't even know, like, the work that these guys put in. They don't care about really school, they care about running. And that's kind of the attitude I had going in there. I didn't really want to go to class. I didn't really party any more than any normal kid. I just didn't go to class. And somebody even advised me, just go to class, you will pass, just go to class. And I didn't do it. You know, I was far away from family, I had nobody, could be an excuse. I just didn't want to go. I wanted to be a great runner. So I was a good runner. I'm D1 All-American as well. I'm a national champion as well in Division I, but doesn't mean anything if you don't finish. And so came home, I was very depressed. I would lie about why I'm home. I would say I'm home because I didn't like Arkansas or anything. I just wouldn't admit it. I was ashamed, pretty much, because who I was and at the time who I had become. So it was not my favorite time. And I was working this one job. What turned it around 3 years later, turned around, I'm working a sandwich shop, and I'm just serving these wild people. And I'm like, you should be making me a sandwich, you know? Like, why am I making you a sandwich? This is honest what went through my head. I mean, all athletes, right? We're all cocky in some way. You have to be. You have to be if you want to be successful. And so I'm thinking, like, why am I making this guy, this bozo, a sandwich? And that exact day, I call Hafi, and I'm like, I have to leave this job. I need to go to school. He's at Embry-Riddle now. And I said, get me in, no matter what. So I went to DVCC, or Daytona State, for a semester, did everything I could to get in here. At the same time, I was married. I was 21, married, or older. My wife was 18. I met her when she was 16. I was 21. Hey, when you know, you know. So it just happened. So I was married, and I have to really thank Hafi and Razo. I had a bunch of red flags, and you guys welcomed me with open arms to come here at Riddle. And I even had a high price tag. I don't know why I had the guts to say something, but I was like, I need money. I need Flo to have money, and they did it. And we came here knowing that we have to perform because they stuck their necks out for us. So I hope that we did you guys proud. My wife Flo, she's also one of the best runners here. She was one spot away from All-American in cross country, and she's been to nationals a million times. So she's just as good. And the highest honor, again, it's graduating from here. This school, current students, public school, it's not that hard, really. It's really not. I feel so dumb for not trying harder over there, because this school was 100% harder. I'm not a great student. I'm kind of lazy in the classroom. I kind of daydream a lot. And this school was a lot harder. And I had a lot of help. I had tutors. I had Flo helping me, doing my homework. I mean, helping me with my, yeah, exactly. Isn't that what I said? I don't know. And I had a lot of help, and I'm glad it all happened. And so graduating here is a huge honor for me, and a huge accomplishment. The year after making the Olympics, I mean, that's what you guys see on TV is exactly what it is in real life. I know some of you guys went pro, and you're in front of a bunch of fans and stuff. I mean, that Olympic Stadium, I don't know how many people, 40,000 fans. You don't see individuals in that stadium. You see just one giant color. It's like I say, it's a giant monster of colors just screaming at you. You don't see individuals. And for some reason, I actually did see my parents and flew there. They were in the second top. They were second tier and whistled at me, and I can hear them and see them waving. So that was kind of cool. And my Olympic race wasn't my best race. I did a lot of mistakes, but my goal was just to be there. And so I was there. Fun fact, everybody gets little pins that you can switch with other countries. And Venus Williams actually came up to me to switch. I thought it was because I was cute, but I think she just wanted my pin. But I thought that was pretty cool that Venus Williams came up to me. I'll keep that pin forever. So, but yeah, you get to meet a bunch of, LeBron James, all those guys. You get to see them every single day, and to be in that company, it's incredible. And so here I am today. I tried for Rio, and I didn't make it. But I have a wonderful addition. If you heard a baby crying, that's mine. I'll own up to that. I hope he didn't interrupt yours. He takes my attention, and I'm happy to do it. It's a huge blessing. I'm sure every father could say the same thing, that it's an incredible experience. Since he's my first, it's pretty awesome. So a few people I like to thank. I like to thank God because he's blessed me with an incredible talent. There's a time that I lost faith, and for some reason, he still blessed me, and I don't know why. But he continues to bless me over and over and over again, even though, I'm not the perfect Christian. And I don't always do the right things, but for some reason, things just happen for me. I want to thank my mom for making that move, always being there. We get in fights, but it's never really a big deal. And, you never turned your back on me when I was down, and you were always there. And so I want to thank you. JP, John Mark, Coach Ritter, you guys have done an awesome job. I don't think you guys get enough recognition, honestly. Having been a coach at another NAIA school, I know it's not NAIA now, but other ADs aren't like you guys. A lot of times I have excuses. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. But with you guys looking across the street, that's not the case with you guys. And I really appreciate, excuse me, the work that you guys do here. It's an incredible achievement what you guys have done, and I was really happy to be a proud of it. And again, welcome me with open arms, coming to my races, even though they're so boring. That's why I had that kind of hip-hop song, because running is boring. So it can't be slow music, it's gotta be fast. Coach Ralzo, again, welcoming me here. We butt heads too. I had a big head coming in, and you handled me like a professional. And there's a lot of things that you don't know that I actually do, that I did learn from you. Your tenacity, your hard work, your organization. And as I was coaching, there was a lot of things I had to think about. What would Razo do? You're very good at planning. Students, planning for a trip away, it's more difficult than you think. It's not really just like getting on the bus and that's it. Like, you got to do everything, make sure you go to the right restaurant, make sure you got it. It's a pain in the butt. And so I had to really get my inner Rosalino to be on top of that. Hoppy, yes, we're very close. A lot of you guys know. That's just even more than what you guys know. He's pretty much my father. I love him like my father. He saw something in me, and not sure why he chose me to make sure that everything was good. When I was down, you were always calling me and bugging me, and I was never ready. But when I was ready, you were there. And so, yeah, thank you for everything. I owe you my son, and he's there. So when he's old enough, you can have him. Matter of fact, he's got a dirty diaper. You can have him right now. I like a couple more people. Love of my life, Florencia. We fight a lot, like every marriage couple does. We fought earlier today. I asked her to stay. That's how upset I was. But we are a crazy couple, and you put up with me. I put up with you. We are the best team. That year that I was training for the Olympics, I didn't have a job. Chicago was very expensive, downtown Chicago, and she supported me 100%. A lot of times I wouldn't eat extra food because when you're running you need extra calories, and sometimes I wouldn't eat because we couldn't afford it. And so for her to allow me to do that and not give me too much crap about it was a true blessing, and she's been there all the way. And Julian, my little guy there, even before he was born, I was always thinking about him. I always wanted to leave a legacy behind for my children to think about, you know, who was my father? Who is this guy? Can I be like him? And just like Michael Jordan says, become legendary. I wanted to become legendary. I wanted to leave my name around forever, that people could go back and see, you know, who I was and what I did. And so I hoped I made everybody here proud and know that I did my best. And congratulations to all the others. But thank you. Have a good night.